The Campbell government is banking on the next 12 months to change your mind about the HST, and at least for one day, it was looking to change the message too. The BC Liberals are warning that there will be consequences to scrapping the unpopular tax, while promising to respect the will of voters if they decide to do away with the HST. And the government is pushing back, asking political opponents some tough questions about how to pay back the costs of dismantling a tax that's already well in place. A News legislature reporter Shachi Kurl has more now on a government trying to take control of the HST debate.
The BC Liberals are in recovery, trying to take back the message on the HST. It's an 8-step program. Step 1, say you're sorry again.
You know, I have to take some responsibility for that, and I've apologized for the fact that we did not do a good job.
Step 2, promise to listen to voters when the tax is put to a poll next year.
We'll be bound by the 51% vote. If they decide they want to get rid of the HST, we'll do that.
Step 3, promise a simple question on the ballot.
We want this to be a clear question. You know, there will be no games played.
Step 4, ask the Premier of Ontario, which also has the HST, to weigh in on what happens if BC scraps the tax.
There's no doubt about it, it will give us a competitive advantage.
Step 5, start talking about what it will mean to BC coffers if we have to give back the $1.6 billion Ottawa sent us when the Campbell government imposed the unpopular tax.
If the voters of British Columbia go out and vote against the harmonized sales tax, there will be consequences.
Step 6, and this one's important, start attacking your opponents by pointing out the holes in their plan. That petition 770,000 British Columbians signed and delivered to the government, it comes with legislation that says the tax should be repealed and you should be paid back. The finance minister doesn't think that's practical.
That would be, I think, almost administratively impossible.
Neither does his NDP counterpart.
I think it would be very, very difficult.
But New Democrats were out hustling signatures last spring. Is it possible they didn't think about what they were encouraging people to sign?
What we were, I think, hoping to achieve politically was for the government to reverse course before implementing the act itself.
But which social programs should the money for those rebates come from?
This is a dilemma and a problem that's been created by the BC Liberals.
Oh, back to that party's recovery plan. Step 7, butter up voters.
I have confidence that British Columbians will say, actually, they don't really like the way we did it, but it does make sense as we go forward in the 21st century.
And step 8, hope to high heaven that it's enough.
Shachi Kurl joins us now with more from the legislature. Shachi, how else was the government trying to sweeten the political pot for voters today?
Well, Hudson, on this, the first day of the rest of their political lives, Colin Hanson is saying that there probably won't be any more HST rebates forthcoming. But he does hint at the possibility of other tax relief, especially given the latest financial numbers released for BC today. Today was quarterly reports and earnings, and it shows that corporate revenue is up by $2.5 billion, and that's higher than expected. It paves the way for possible increases in spending or more tax relief down the road, and certainly they are hoping that these messages will hold with voters over the next 375 days. But we know that a week is a long time in politics, so we'll have to see what happens.
Of course, all of this HST talk overshadowing what he hoped was a good news quarterly report.
That's right. One that once again reiterates that BC will be returning to balanced books by fiscal year 2013-14, and one that shows that things could be getting a little bit better. But again, a lot of volatility, a lot of uncertainty. We don't know if we're going to see a double-dip recession south of the border. Those are the things that threw the BC economy off so badly the last time. So at the same time, while we are seeing these expected corporate earnings up so much higher, it's really hard to say what the final numbers will be.
Shachi Kurl reporting live at the legislature. Shachi, thank you.
You're welcome.